What do you think of that? After all the mess gone through Iran, will be crown of the Middle East? Well, you're going to have in those areas there, because of the different tribal, and this goes way back, Iran, Iraq. I mean, if they're, you know, I believe they're going to have a kingdom there, and I think they're going to be a board of peace. That's why they're trying to get Iran to sign off on a lot of this stuff, because they've been the troublemakers throughout the whole Middle East. They don't like, they don't like Saudi Arabia. They don't like Iraq. They fought with Iraq back in the 80s. They were at war with them. Saddam Hussein didn't like them, the mullahs that were there. They're a bunch of criminals. Iran is run by NAZIs. Okay? And that's what 47 is trying to take out. 47 will exit. He will exit before this whole thing goes down, because that way the lunatic left they won't have anybody to blame. There is a TDS so bad, over the top, crazy. It's worse than them howling at the moon. They see Orange Man and they lose their minds. There is some kind of I don't know. It's a mental illness, and they hate us. They hate MAGA. They hate everything that's going on there. And with Trump doing all these crazy things, is only it's triggering them. They're losing their minds. And with this thing that's in Iran, you have a lot of people coming out there saying, well, what has Iran ever done? Well, they're the ones that are behind everything. They're the ones that are behind, 80% of all the false flags and the attacks around the world. I mean, look at the thing in Vegas. Look at all this stuff is going on. They're all these DS gators are working together. They're just, in a different basic bloodline. Little state in the middle that's next to Jordan. I mean, that's all where the Jewish people are nice, but you got the I'm going to call them, what they are, right? Now, I don't want to say the names of these, but they all originated in eastern Ukraine, and they've been arch enemies of the Russian people since, for more than 3,000 years. Yeah, and they're the ones that are, they're the ones that come and take identity. They'll come into a family, they'll take the identity and then put imposters in there that maybe look similar. And they take over their bank accounts, everything. They come and take their ID. Take the mom and dad out, maybe even take some of the children out and just assume their identity. That's who these KZs are, right? I'm going to call them KZs. Okay? And they're the ones that are all, masquerading as Jewish people. And that's all going to be taken out. Because they're behind. Those people there, the KZs, are responsible for attacks on the United States and Western society. They always have been. And they have a little bit of backup going with the unelected financial district of London. Pure evil. When London, financial district, they would use these other countries such as Iran or, the little state there as proxies. Or, the little state would be using Iran as a Middle Eastern. That's why, Obama, did what he did by supplying them billions, absolute crates and crates and crates of money, pallets of money. He was supplying them. Iran will never be crown of the Middle East. No, Iran will never. No. The Iranian people are having to deal with this for 47 years. Not one president ever tried to stop them. Not one president except for 47. And that 47's ready to get on his big plane. That was that has all been prepared, and it's as well as the fortress that they have designed at the White House. That there will be special white hats controlling that, up to 4,000 personnel. Special operators will be down there. Yes, 39 Celsius in Germany today. Yeah. Wow. That's hot. That is hot. Get the ice working in your ice machines. What about certain? It's shut down. There are other portals that are happening. Some are good, some are bad, but they're being security's very heavy on them, and that could be what's happening in Iran right now. Mexico, I think a lot of this stuff is what's happening right now. It's kind of like to scare you. Don't get involved in the drama. This is all under control. They got, they're saying that, well, the communist Chinese are, they're planting bases up along the Mexican border and, of course, the Canadian border. They're ready to invade the United States or whatever. I just, until I see it, or until I see shots fired, I don't believe a bloody thing that's out there on propaganda. It's absolute propaganda bullshit. I scroll through it. I just say lie, 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 lie. Okay, that works. That one works. That one works. Okay, lie, lie, lie. That's how bad it is. They're running probably 80% lies on most of these apps right now, because they're trying to. There is a war on for your mind. That's all they got. They got a war on for your mind. They want you to either be scared. Or be manipulated to think Orange Man bad, right? And it's only the weak-minded, simple-minded dum-dums that are out there that are following through with this, and they're willing to throw their children into the fire to prove their point. I mean, absolute psychos. Yeah, I won't be going anywhere with no one. To be honest, exactly. Just stay tight. Enjoy your backyard if you got a backyard. I know it's very, very difficult when you're in the city and you live in an apartment in the city. It's difficult, right? Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that. I've made my choice. I do not live in cities except for in the Philippines. That's a whole different environment there. There will be few kings and queens. Yes, there will, exactly. The Intergalactica and the Terra Earth kings and queens. There will be peace councils, I believe, and the Board of Peace. That's happening. Politicians are going to disappear. The moon's going to disappear. The Statue of Liberty is going to disappear. Dams are going to disappear. Many things is going to reappear that were hidden from you, such as technologies, and very, very interesting phenomenons that will appear. There's a major, major transition going on right now. It's exciting. Just keep yourself safe. Yes, soon, like I said, all the clones, NPCs will be deactivated based on the ascension of this planet and, of course, the solar flash. If you receive a military retirement, will that still continue? Yes. Everybody's going to be compensated for whatever you've had to go through. Especially the military or vets are going to be priority. Our children that have been traumatized, been medically harmed, and traumatize all are also priority. Yes, well, yeah, all the good, and I'm not going to say the country. It's a little state there. That was all put together by the Rothschilds to control the, upper Middle East of, yep. And it was just to cause chaos and havoc. It's, create wars. They funneled proxy money through there, stolen tax money through there, and to finance wars. They did everything to create total, hell on earth. Containers seem to be moving in the rails. Yeah. Well, you're going to see. Yes, the trains are going to shut down too, because they're trying to move a lot of stuff. The unelected banksters are trying to do moving a lot of their contraband through the train, the rail system. That's all going to get shut down. Can you explain how you supposed to disappear? I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. What are you trying to say, Marco? Can you hang on? Can you explain how you're supposed to disappear? I don't. Please elaborate on that, and I'll try to explain it to you. There's a lot of things that are going to disappear. I'm not saying the light-minded people are. You're awake. You're here now. You're listening, and hopefully you're assimilating with, getting along with the things that we're saying and understand that. It's the ones that are not human, okay, or the ones that live in a very dark world. Those are the ones that are going to disappear. The ones that are that are going against humanity, the demons. They're the ones that are going to disappear. The best thing now is to start your own garden. Absolutely. Yep. I mean, this is a springtime right now. Get some seeds in the ground. Right? Throw some water on them. Start growing things. I got friends outside of town. The lettuce is flying right now. They got onions doing very well. Yep. And, I got 2 or 3 gardens around our town right now. Friends of mine that are working their gardens right now. Yep. I'm going to stay in these Kootenays until late August, maybe. Yep. How are they going to get rid of the moon? Okay, Casey, let me explain. There is what they call a comet out there. I think there's going to be some scare event. And according to Trader Girl Q, this thing is going to it's kind of like a self-control. What do you call that? It's controlled, okay? It's all self-controlled. They do it by however they're doing it. Remote control, okay? And they're going to drive it right into the moon, I guess. They're going to drive it out of here because it's in our orbit. Whatever. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm just telling you I'm just a messenger. I couldn't believe it yesterday either, but apparently the moon is, there's a lot of stuff going on, or not on it, or in it. There's a lot of bad stuff going in it. And they're doing a lot of, there's a lot of frequency. They have, what do you call those, frequency machines that are throwing negative down to the earth because it's all being, the water's being manipulated. Right? That's why we have our galactics are in the ocean. Because water has a memory. A lot of crazy stuff going on. And I guess we're all going to be able to figure this out sooner or later. All evil will disappear. Okay? It's going to be destroyed. Let me just clear something up here. From what I'm understanding, Melania, our first beautiful First Lady, was actually rescued from the Epstein fiasco that was going on there as a child or as a younger woman, and 47 rescued her because there's a bloodline going along in there. Now, speaking of bloodlines, from what I heard, that Trump and Diana are the same bloodline. I'm just telling you, right? So throw that on the shelf. Q says Trump's going to exit out of here, and he's going to get in his big plane that is heavily fortified, and the proper personnel will go into the White House, go down 5 or 6 stories, and that'll be their war room command center. And there's going to be, that's when the shit's going to hit the fan, and that's going to trigger everything. So, you know, I don't know where I'll be, either here or in the Philippines. If I make it there, they might shut down the planes before I leave. Oh, I want to talk about the Terminator now. There is such a thing as Skynet, and that's what they're bringing down. They're bringing down Skynet. And there are not just clones, but there's machines out there that look just like human. They're giving you a soft exposure with all these robots being made, and the dogs and all this other stuff. That's kind of a soft disclosure. There's a lot of movies that are going to be coming out this year that's going to give you lots of entertainment, but some of it will be revealing a lot of stuff. But in order to answer your question, that's how as far as I know, that's how they're going to get rid of the moon. They're going to have another big man-made, as what they call it, a comet. It looked like it'll be a scare event that's going to hit Earth, but it's going to connect with the moon and drive it out of our orbit. And then they'll get it far enough away, and then they'll light it up. They'll destroy it, because it's never been part of our ecosystem. Yeah. The moon is never, no, the moon was man-made through apparently the Anunnaki. Supposedly Health Canada wants to regulate natural remedies like vitamins and minerals. Well, that's like allowing the fox in the fox house, because Health Canada is the ones that destroyed all the ostriches and all these other things. As far as I'm concerned, if you see a Health Canada vehicle, it's sugar time. They're evil. I don't trust them I do not trust them. I do not trust banks. I do not trust hospitals. Excuse me. I don't trust stores, grocery stores. I don't trust gas stations, anything. They're absolute lying and manipulating about everything right now. You got to watch and keep your head on a swivel all the time until we get through all this. I guess that's it. Everything happens twice. Yeah, I know everybody's sick of it. Hey, Justin. Welcome, St. John, New Brunswick. How's it going, Greg and Matt? Yeah. How come the only one talking about this stuff is on social media? Because the Mockingbird Media and all the 3-letter agencies or whatever are all being controlled by stolen money, by leftists, unelected banksters. It's all being funded. So that's why I said, if you stop paying your taxes, you stop funding them. Stop putting your money in the bank. Okay, because all you're doing is feeding the monster. Take your money out, okay? Start sucking as much money off the system as you can to break them as fast as you can. Burn the credit cards. When you get a credit card, it's illegal. You don't trust those credit cards because they're trying to, so you burn them. Go out there, whatever. You do whatever you want with them. When you're finished with them, cut them up and throw them out there and change your number. We're at war right now. This is war. Okay. Yes, there will be peace councils. Trump's going to be in the air. Okay, he's going to be gone. He's going to disappear because that way the lunatic left will have nobody to blame when their matrix starts being dismantled. It's their matrix. It's not ours. We are the awakened, chosen ones by God. What we assimilate to is beautiful things. We don't assimilate to any of this matrix taxes and mortgages and car payments and all this bullshit. It's all there to keep you enslaved. Ashtar said that Mars is already liberated. Good. That's good. Yes, the Galactics are doing a lot of fighting off planet. They're getting rid of the reptilian. There's some good reptilian out there. They want to work with humanity, but the majority of them are all basic, very, very bad, negative. And the disclosure on this movie that Spielberg, the little reptile guy that put out there. I mean, he's got Spielberg written all over it, but just the way he does things. But they only put one. Species out there. Why didn't they put 4 or 5 species out there? They're just dicking around as far as I'm concerned. They're just dicking around. I mean, let's show all the species out there. There's thousands of different species out there in this world, in this universe. Yeah, I'm just a messenger trying to get the information out there to bring the awareness to everybody. You do what you want with it, right? The breakdown of Canada cannot come fast enough. I know Canada's going to get a serious ass kicking. And that's the government. All we have to do is sit back and watch it happen and stop bowing over to the system. I know you got to pay for. Like I said, you fight back, right? I got 2 trucks and a car. I don't drive the 2 trucks. I drive the car, the little car. It's a little 6-cylinder car. So I'm not, my footprint is what it is. And I do not buy in the big box stores. I try to get all my eggs from the farm and stuff like that. I go to the little meat shops. Yeah. Canada's going to, a lot of people in Canada are hurt, especially the people, especially the poor people in the cities. They're having to go to work. They're smoking cigarettes and, they're drinking and the bullshit still continues. They're all wrapped up in the matrix. They're feeding the monster. We have to, walk away from all that shit. We don't know what, we cannot say. I'm not going to speculate of what the moon has on it or in it, but there's lots of activity, and it's not a natural, ball of dirt or dust or whatever it is, sand. It's all been manufactured. Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of simulation going on right now, and there's a lot of unexplained phenomenons that are happening, especially with all these earthquakes. I wouldn't want to be living in an apartment right now. I'd be, getting my, what do you call it? Get out bag. Yeah. It's all here now. Yeah. You bet, Billie Jean. It's, we're in it. We're kicking the door down right now. I'm the only one that's come across that is talking about this stuff. Everyone else is talking war. Well, let them do what they want to do. That's all part of the awareness and the awakening. They're building everything up to the scare event. Okay, but I'm trying to see through all that. I'm trying to keep everybody's focus and trying to keep the vibration high here. there's a lot of good people out there keeping the vibration high. But it's all about disclosure right now. And, the white hats have got control of this. That's happening right now. And they're, all these things that have been, the people out there with TDS, they know that maybe they don't know, but it's all coming to an end for them. They are so brainwashed. So many people out there so brainwashed. They do not have a capability of an open mind to see through all the bullshit. Yes, JFK is alive and well. Okay, it could be. We're all speculating right now. We're not going to play into this. I thought Diana was the mother of Baron. Listen, Baron is being prepped right now. He's a bloodline, okay? And he will be the prince and eventually king of the Western Empire or the Western Kingdom. Yes, he's being, and the girl that he's with or whatever, that's all been, that's all bloodline being put together. Okay, so, yes, and you think that, 47's smart. You see Baron. Baron he's 47's prodigy. I can't, he's going to have, and he's going to be working with JFK Jr., and of course, they have children as well. Completely out of the picture. But that bloodline, the God's bloodline is very strong. We're finally gotten control of things.